Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, my name is Karen.
Hello everybody, I am Shane, and we're still looking at Grammar Station. And this is part B,
That's right.
Cool event.
Ooh.
And in this cool event, what is this cool event that we're going to be talking about?
I don't know. I thought you were going to tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, the cool event they're talking about is a flash mob.
What's a flash mob?
It's basically a group of people get together.
Okay.
And they will organize something like a dance or maybe singing, and this will be in a public location. And it looks as if these people are just strangers, maybe walking through a mall. And then suddenly they start to perform.
I have seen those on the internet. They look really cool, but I have never seen them in person.
Yeah, well, I have seen one in a mall in person.
Really?
It was really cool. They did Michael Jackson Thriller.
Ooh.
You know, you probably, if you don't know Michael Jackson Thriller, this song, it was also a very cool video. Everybody knows who Michael Jackson is, but you can check online. And they did a flash mob of it, and it was really cool.
Wow. So that's what we'll be talking about today. And that is the cool event, right?
Okay, well, let's get into today's lesson and learn more about what happened with this flash mob.
All right.
Lois is sharing something with Clark.
Something cool happened while Maya and I were walking around the mall last Sunday.
What were you doing at the mall? You seldom go there.
Maya went to see her hairdresser, and I was keeping her company.
Okay, so we are looking at a cool event, right? This is part B of the dialogues in the Grammar Station. And so what is happening right now is that Lois is sharing something with Clark.
That's right. So two characters, Lois and Clark. So I will be Lois and you will be Clark.
Because I am, as you know, when I get out of here, Superman.
Okay, so Lois says, something cool happened while Maya and I were walking around the mall last Sunday. Oh, so I'm guessing that she was walking with her friend in the mall last Sunday and she thought something cool happened. So we know a mall is where you can go shopping, right? There are many, many different types of stores. You can buy shoes, you can buy clothes.
Yeah, basically it's just a large indoor area that contains shops and restaurants. It's sometimes just called a shopping center. So then Clark says, what were you doing at the mall? You seldom go there.
Okay, so Clark is quite curious, right? Why Lois was there, because he says you seldom go there. So when I say seldom, it just means not very often or rarely, right? You don't go there a lot. You don't go there very often, right? So for example, you can say, he seldom comes to see us. Aww.
You could say, or Karen is seldom nice to Shane.
Oh, that's so not true. I'm always nice to you.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty rare. Pretty rare.
Okay, continue. So now Lois says, Maya went to see her hairdresser and I was keeping her company. Okay, so Maya went to see her hairdresser. So what's a hairdresser?
Well, I want to know what it means to keep somebody company. So the word company we kind of think of as just like a
business, right?
Like a business or something like that, right? But when you keep somebody's company, that just means that you stay with them and you
Spend time with
them or go somewhere with them.
That's right. So they're not alone.
So she went with her to the hairdresser. So a hairdresser is a person who cuts and styles hair, especially women's hair. Like if I were to go and get my hair cut, usually I don't go to a hairdresser.
So who do you go to?
I will go to a barber.
Ah.
So men more often go to a barber, and because it's more simple to cut men's hair, usually, right?
That's right.
Okay, so for an example sentence, you could say, my mother went to the hairdresser to get her hair done.
That's right. So not only can you buy clothes at the mall or shoes, you can also go to the hairdresser too. There's
You can go to a hair salon.
That's right, exactly. So there's a lot of things that you can do at the mall, right? But she still hasn't mentioned the cool event she was talking about.
Well, she wants to, you know, kind of make him wonder what's going to happen. Or maybe she doesn't know yet that anything cool happened.
That's right.
She's going to tell him after the break. So let's take a break and we'll find out what the cool thing was.
All right.
So, you weren't secretly shopping for my birthday present?
No, I wasn't. As I was saying, we were walking around when we came across a flash mob.
That is cool. They weren't protesting, were they?
No, they weren't protesting. They were helping a guy ask his girlfriend to marry him.
How fun and exciting.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were looking at this dialogue between Lois and Clark. So they were talking about Lois's experience at the mall. Lois said, something really cool happened. But then Clark asked her, what were you doing at the mall?
Yeah, usually she doesn't go to the mall.
Yeah, that's right. So now Lois says, I went with my friend Maya because she wanted to see the hairdresser, right? Maybe to get her hair cut or style her hair.
That's right. Okay. So Clark now continues. So you weren't secretly shopping for my birthday present?
Okay.
Aww.
So Clark has his birthday coming up, right?
That's right.
Okay, but then he said you weren't secretly shopping for my birthday present. So what does it mean when I say secretly? Now, that's an adverb. It just means in a way that people do not know or are not told about. You do it secretly. Shh. So for example, you could say, she secretly hoped he would ask her to dance.
Oh, so cute.
But then she didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, I was just in her head, just, please, please, let him ask me to dance.
Okay, so now Lois says, no, I wasn't. As I was saying, we were walking around when we came across a flash mob. A flash mob! So what's a flash mob again?
Right, so we described a flash mob before, but let's give a very good definition.
All right.
So a flash mob is a large group of people who suddenly gather in a public place to perform a coordinated activity, like dancing for a short time before quickly dispersing or quickly just all of a sudden going back to walking around. And often this is by surprising the people who are around, we would say the onlookers.
That's right. Okay, that is very cool. So what does Clark say now?
Clark says, that is cool. They weren't protesting Were they?
Oh, okay. So
sometimes I guess people protest. They'll organize a flash mob in order to protest something. So what does that mean to protest something?
Okay, so to protest, that is a verb. Protest most commonly means a public show of disapproval of or opposition to something. They don't agree to something. So for example, you can say students took to the streets to protest against the decision. Maybe they're against some decision and then they want to make their voices heard, then they can protest.
Okay, so the students took to the streets just mean they went onto the streets,
Exactly.
right?
Okay, so now Lois says, no, they weren't protesting. They were helping a guy ask his girlfriend to marry him.
Now that is adorable.
That is so sweet.
So cute. What does that mean to marry somebody? So what that means is to take in marriage. What do we mean by that? It means to take someone as one's husband or wife.
You would ask, will you marry me?
Yeah, usually you get on one knee, and usually the man does that, gets on his knee and says, will you marry me? Right? So, for example, John and Lisa are going to get married this weekend.
Aww. Okay.
So Clark now says, how fun and exciting.
And I think so too. That's definitely a memory of a lifetime, right?
It's a very creative way to propose to somebody and to ask them to marry you.
Exactly. Wow, to have a flash mob. And I'm sure she was really emotional. And maybe she was crying too because she was so touched.
Who knows? Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed the dialogues, and we will see you next time.
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Lois is sharing something with Clark.
Something cool happened while Maya and I were walking around the mall last Sunday.
What were you doing at the mall? You seldom go there.
Maya went to see her hairdresser, and I was keeping her company.
So you weren't secretly shopping for my birthday present?
No, I wasn't. As I was saying, we were walking around when we came across a flash mob.
That is cool. They weren't protesting, were they?
No, they weren't protesting. They were helping a guy ask his girlfriend to marry him.
How fun and exciting.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 mall 名词，购物中心、商场。The mall is very crowded on weekends. 周末时，购物中心人潮拥挤。下一个单字 seldom 副词，不常，很少。My mom seldom goes to the gym. 我妈妈很少去健身房。下一个单字 hairdresser 名词，发型设计师。Mary went to the hairdresser for a new haircut. Mary 去发型设计师那里剪了一个新发型。最后一个单字 marry 动词，和谁结婚。Sherry married Joe last year. Sherry 去年和 Joe 结婚。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 keep somebody company 陪伴某人，这是一个固定用法。Company 在这里是名词，意思是陪伴、作伴。我们来看看这个例句。Mike kept Penny company while she was sick. 在 Penny 生病时 ，Mike 陪伴着她。下一个文法 ，as I was saying， 回归正题，用于拉回刚才在谈论的话题，所以呢，惯用过去式来表示。我们来看看这个例句。As I was saying, we need to finish the project by next week. 回到正题，我们需要在下周前完成这个专案。最后一个文法 how 加形容词，多么怎么样啊，这是一个感叹句的用法。句型是 how 加形容词加主词加动词，主词通常使用代名词。课文中的这句 how fun and exciting 是由 how fun and exciting it is 简化而来的。这里的 it 就是代指快闪族在帮一名男子向他的女朋友求婚这件事。我们来看看这个例句 How beautiful the sunset is 多么美丽的夕阳啊。Sunset 指的就是夕阳。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
The Paper Dome is very famous for its serene and natural atmosphere. Let's find out more about the environment that surrounds the Paper Dome. The Paper Dome offers a good place to learn about the environment. The lotus pond in the center of the park not only controls the temperature, but also serves as an ecological pond. Summer is a great time to see lotus blossoms. Lotus seeds can also be used in cooking. Visitors can pick lotuses and make rice and lotus leaves too. The park is the environmental education center of the community. It cleaned up the river and created the image of the frog being the boss of Taomi Village. In 2010, it also started to work on butterfly repopulation. From the 1960s to the 1970s, Taiwan was known as the Kingdom of Butterflies. There are roughly over 400 species of butterflies across the island. There are more than 220 species of butterflies in Puli, with over 100 found in the Paper Dome. The Paper Dome is growing more and more plants to attract butterflies. There are many cute caterpillar art installations in the park. Visitors can get to know more about the home of caterpillars. In the back of the park is an experimental kitchen. It's not a real kitchen. The park let old people use the place for free to grow vegetables. Today, it still uses natural farming practices. The Paper Dome is the perfect place to go when you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of your busy life. Come and experience the calm and tranquil environment for yourself.